Welcome to Trusted Biz Radio, where your host, serial entrepreneur Shimeon Frederick and business consultant Kurt Lucien break down the building blocks of putting together a solid business plan that will take you right to the top. Join us every Thursday where you, the entrepreneur, put your thoughts of having a successful business forward and enjoy the rewards that it brings. You can call into the show at 888-565-1470, or you can join our chat room on Facebook. Just type Trusted Biz Radio. Now, let's get this business plan going with Shimeon Frederick and Kurt Lucien.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Trusted Biz Radio. I am Shimeon Frederick, and Kurt will be here shortly. But in the meantime, we have several guests with us today. So, if you remember the last two shows, we went over some of the basic building blocks of business, and we talked about referral and retention and customer engagement. And now we're getting into the meat and potatoes, and we have other entrepreneurs coming in to help us today to really discuss not only things about what we've discussed in the past, but also let us know a little bit about their business and what it is they do, and some of the marketing successes and sales successes they've had, and some of the possible pitfalls that may be out there, so that we can all try to avoid those landmines. So our first guest is Rosalie is our second guest. Our first guest is Alexandra. And Alexandra is with Alexandra Bello Productions out of Pompano Beach. And Alexandra, how are you today?
Very good. Thank you so much for asking. How about yourself?
I'm doing good. So tell us a little bit about your business, Alexandra.
I have a video production business. It's called Alexandra Bello Productions, LLC. And my company helps other small businesses basically with their production coordination, their script writing, and production packets, putting production packets together. Sometimes I do casting directions for other directors. And I also shoot and photograph. So I also do photography and videography.
Well, that sounds good. I need some new headshots done anyway, so we'll have to talk after this. This show really, we speak with entrepreneurs and we discuss just really different business challenges and some of the stories and some of the heartaches. Tell me a little bit about how you started your business, how you decided to go into business, and what you did to start.
Well, I was almost getting out of the Art Institute of Fort Lauderdale as a video producer,
right.
2-year program, undergraduate, and in 2012 I started my corporation because I had read a couple of business books where it was important for somebody to separate themselves from their corporation.
Right.
When any claims come by, they don't affect your personal,
right, to
assets.
limit the liability.
Exactly. So
right.
That's why I did it.
All right, and tell me about the steps you took because you said you have your own equipment. You have customers, you do social networks. So tell me a little bit about what you did to start the business. What was the passion or the reasoning behind it?
Well, the passion was I wanted to start working as a freelancer right away, but I didn't want to limit myself to be a freelancer and doing business as. I wanted to take a concept from beginning to end from a customer and walk alongside with them. So that's why I created the company, because I also knew that the company would also handle my little short films, my commercials, my PSAs that I would produce myself just out of collaboration or artistry.
Right.
And all that was the production company was going to function as an umbrella for all the different activities that I was going to hold in this business. Got
it. So, if you had to list a few things, what would you say was the key to success in your industry? What are some of the keys to success in your industry?
All right. Some of the keys to success in my industry are commitment and discipline. I think a lot of people don't have the discipline that stands out to the level of what they want. A lot of people want something, but they don't need it, or they are not determined to get it, or they're not willing to do everything that it will take to get it.
Right.
And building a business is not an easy thing. It's not you need guidance.
Right.
And you need to educate yourself. If you're trying to do it alone, it can take you way longer. I would say, from my point of view, it's going to take you longer because now you're the secretary, you are the social media manager, you are the producer who is out there selling your jobs, and
Right.
then you are your own videographer and then the editor. So you're doing too many things, and that's why you are extending the timeline of a project for completion, basically.
Gotcha.
So success, you have to be, if you're doing things by yourself or with very little, very few people, you need to be very disciplined. Maybe put a reminder on your phone that tells you, you know what, you have to work for 5 hours and then take a break.
Right.
And I have reminders on my phone for everything.
That's good. And using technology is huge. And we've discussed technology and using how to utilize technology to bring in other referrals and for lead generation and things like of that nature. And in our conversation earlier, I remember you said that, social media is a huge anchor in the core of your marketing. So you want to share a little bit about what you do with social media to bring in leads and referrals?
Well, social media, it's basically, like a newspaper, but it doesn't cost you money. It costs you a lot of time, which is basically the same thing, because time
is
and money
money.
are the same thing. And
Yeah.
I would say that time is more valuable than money, because you can always get money back, but you cannot get time back.
Right.
So you can be very ineffective with social media. It can waste a lot of your time. If you are doing it properly, I would say that you want to watch what people are doing and where people are spending a lot of time, which right now is Instagram. And since that's the case, you need to get a reminder on your phone, either on a daily basis or or 3 times a week basis, where you need to update your pictures and upload a new picture with a link that is, reiterating something that you're already promoting.
Right.
Blogs are very interesting. I do recommend a weekly blog, because a daily blog is basically, unless you have thousands of people that are going to read it the day that you publish it, you're competing against yourself. So weekly blog is okay for somebody that is doing something themselves.
Okay.
Twitter, you got to hire somebody to follow people for you on Twitter. And when they do, you basically filter out the people that you don't like.
Right.
Because the thing with social media is that, since a lot of people are not going to have that discipline to go like, okay, it's 11 p.m., let me sit on Twitter and let me do my rounds. You got to do your rounds. It's like a manager in a restaurant. You got to do your rounds.
Right.
So you got to do
And
your
when you
rounds.
say rounds, what do you mean? Do you mean like, let me do Twitter now, then I'll do
You're managing.
Facebook?
You're
and-
inspecting. You're
Okay.
inspecting how social media is doing. You're checking what's going on Twitter. But you have to limit yourself, because you can drag the time around. Like on Facebook, you can spend 4 hours and not even notice it.
Get lost. I know some people who get lost on
And
Facebook.
that is not productive. That is not productive. Like, which is why a lot of people are now making their personal Facebook just professional and not even doing personal Facebook anymore.
I didn't know that. So that's interesting that some people, they're not doing the like page. They're pretty much doing just the regular profile page, and then that would be their professional page as well.
Yeah, because you know that Facebook has an algorithm that blocks your page from being delivered to your people, which means that now you have to pay Facebook so your people that liked your page see your posts.
Right. Yeah. I saw something like Boost It or something like that, a little button where it's micro, like $5-10, but that adds up.
Yeah, if you have a daily post,
Right.
that is $50 times 30.
Oh, wow. That's a lot.
Yeah.
All right. So tell me a little bit about the trends that you see in your industry right now.
Trends in what aspect?
Well, I mean, like I know that it seems like right now I went to try to go to the movies the other day, and there was nothing that interested me, in that realm. It seems like it's cyclical. Like, during like when people come out of school in the summertime, then they'll have all the fantastic blockbusters. Like I saw that not Men in Black, Mission Impossible is coming back. I think it's Mission Impossible 97 or something like that. It's 97th installment. But it's, are there any trends like that you see?
Yeah, they have seasons. Every business has seasons. Basically, you want to bring certain products to the people that are available to buy that product. In this case, the movies are products. So for Valentine's, you want to get out all the romantic comedies.
Right.
You want to get out all the blockbusters or superhero movies for the summer, because you know, the marketing analysts probably think that the people that are going to go to the movie theaters are out of school.
Right.
Those are the people that are going to pay for the money. Then you have your Christmas related movies, your Halloween related movies,
right.
Things like that. You know, for every season has a business. It's just like when you see Memorial Day sale, when you see Fourth of July sale, that is for the movies as
for
well.
Retail, right?
I have, you know, from being on the business since 2012, what I have noticed as a video producer is that the season in Florida affects the video production.
Now, the thing about Florida, like I just flew in from Indiana, and out there in Chicago, they have seasons. So it was freezing, it was snow. Here, we pretty much have the same temperature all year round. We'll have some rain.
Yeah.
So I guess that would make it better for filming, wouldn't it?
Yes. Well, you know, you have your pros and cons. For example, I don't know if you noticed that here from December all the way till April, you can barely drive in South Florida.
Right. Yeah.
So, you know, a lot of people come in the summer to produce, and then get out of here.
Gotcha.
Because they need the crew to drive to them, and they need the traffic to be light for people to get there in time, spend a lot of hours, and then go.
Right.
So I have, since 2012, I have been noticing and organizing my yearly timeline where I am going to produce all the content in the summer, and I'm going to do a lot of more like writing and one-on-one calls during the winter.
All right. Now, I know you have a festival or some sort of event coming up. Tell me a little bit about that event.
I have Film Carpet event. It's a 3.0 edition. This is the third one, and it's a red carpet. Thank you very much. It's a red carpet event happening in Cinema Paradiso, Fort Lauderdale, from 6:30 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. Then we're going to go into the theater and watch 4 short films and five trailers or music videos.
Okay, and what day is that?
That is going to happen on April 9th, exactly 2 weeks from now.
Okay.
So that's when it's going to happen.
All right. And what time did it start?
It starts at 6:30. The tickets are for sale. We have it all over social media. We have the tickets being sold on Eventbrite, so we share the link everywhere. Okay. And we have specials right now.
Now, where can someone go to see your website and find out where they can buy these tickets?
Well, they can simply go to the name of my business, alexandrabelloproductions.com, and they can find everything about me, and every other sister website is listed on that website as well.
Okay. Say it a little slower for everyone.
Yes, alexandrabelloproductions.com, and if that's too complicated, you can just go to alexandrabello.com.
And what's the phone number?
786-370-6186.
Fantastic. All right. Now, do you have any questions for me?
I have a lot of questions for you.
All right, shoot.
I mean, I'm hearing some music. What is that? Is that okay? Well, you know.
Well, what we'll do is this. We'll come back and you have questions for me. I'm always open for questions.
I love
We're going
learning.
to break right now. Thank you.
Thank you.
Is student loan debt weighing you down? If so, listen to this very important message. Back on June 9, 2014, President Obama declared new executive actions that would lift the crushing weight of student loan debt, including a presidential memorandum permitting around 5 million federal student loan borrowers to put a cap on their monthly payments. If you have federal student loan debt and would like to know your options, call Trusted Debt Solutions at 888-214-0140. That's 888-214-0140. Trusted Debt Solutions prepares your documents for this new student loan relief program in the fastest way, saving you from the struggle and confusion and possibly saving you thousands of dollars. You can apply if you are in default, late on payments, or if your wages are being garnished. Almost all federal loans are accepted into this program regardless of your credit. Call 888-214-0140 to find out how Obama's new executive action might affect your student loan payments. That's 888-214-0140.
Meet Mary. She's an entrepreneur, but she's struggling. She needs more sales, but is having trouble finding customers. Unfortunately, business is growing too slowly. She spends all her time working. There's no budget for marketing. That was until she discovered the power of referrals. We taught her our simple system for using referrals to achieve rapid business growth, higher conversions, higher customer loyalty, and higher customer value. So now Mary can be happy. More sales, more profits, and more time to spend with her family. Let us show you how to use referrals to boost your business. Call us now at 888-397-9786. That's 888-397-9786. You have been listening to Trusted Biz Radio, who bring the making of a great business plan or project to life. Serial entrepreneur Shimmy and Frederick and business consultant Kurt Lucien will bring you ideas, guests, and great information every week on WNN 1470 and invite you to call in or join our online chat on Facebook. Just type Trusted Biz Radio. Now, back to our show.
Back to it. All right. We were doing some conversing there. We have Kurt here. Kurt is in the house. Hi, Kurt.
Hello, everyone.
And we're back with Alexandra. And before the break, Alexandra, I asked you if you had any questions for me, and you said you did. So I'm ready. Shoot.
I have a lot of questions for you,
All right.
but the top three are basically what would be your best recommendation for somebody to not waste time when they're starting their business? Because I know a lot of people want to do everything themselves, and that is counterproductive.
Right. Okay, well, I mean, my recommendation is always to come up with a very clear idea of what it is that you're looking to do. And not just an idea, but have an end date, or not an end date, but an end goal. And then it doesn't have to be a 97-page business plan, but at least a plan on how you see at this point to get from point A to point B. As you get that done, and then when you're really looking to roll up your sleeves and get involved, myself, what I usually do is I focus on the top three things that will make the most impact in my business. So especially as we shared earlier, you said, you're short on resources, you have a lot of hats to wear. I know what that's like being an entrepreneur as well. So what we have to do is we get to really look at what are the top three things that will best impact or make the most impact on our business, and we focus on those three. And then we, again, adjust the list and do the next three. And before you know it, you're through the things that will make the most impact on the business. My philosophy behind that, and what's always worked for me, is by making the most impact for the business, we make the most revenue quicker, and then we're able to hire other resources or gather other resources to help us do those other things down the road.
Yes.
Did that help?
No, yeah, it helped a lot.
Cool.
I also I had another question about, when a small business is starting out, do you recommend them to get like a business consultant, and do you think there are business consultants that less expensive for those type of people that are starting?
Gotcha. Yeah. Business consulting can get tricky, and it's all about what type of consultant will work not just for you, but more or less with you. As being a consultant in the past myself, one of the things that works for me is someone having a very clear, concise plan, because when you're walking in and there's no plan, it makes it very difficult for you to consult anyone, because you're really doing the business for them. You're not consulting with them. And Kurt he's currently a business consultant, so he can probably answer some of those questions as well. Kurt?
Well, I'm glad you asked that question, because as Shimon stated before, it's definitely, you look, or you come from the perspective of, okay, I'm unclear as far as how to get from point A to point B, and I need some resources to help me get, figure that way out. And that's one of the best decisions that you could make, because you help gather the resources from others. So you leverage the time frame that you have to get maximize your growth and your speed towards doing delivery. So with a consultant, what they'll normally do is they'll sit with you first and try to understand where you are, where you want to be, and the different elements or assets you have in place to get to that point of view. So it's not a cookie cutter agency or a cookie cutter that says, okay, this is what you do, this is how you do it, before they even listen to you. They have to sit with you and have a discussion, map it out for you, and based on that strategy, once you map it out, then you could formulate the different plans as far as what's going to bring you income first. Because as a new business, as any business, you either want more money, more traffic, exposure, you know what I mean? Or more traffic, more exposure, more money. Those are the three elements that you always go after. And each one of them has a systematic, different plan and mindset as far as how you get to it.
Yeah.
So a good consultant who's worth their weight will actually work with you on coming up with those strategies to get all of those things accomplished. And it wouldn't really cost you that much starting out. It depends on whether or not they want to work with you. But you're gonna have to, pay them a little something, and like a retainer, like a lawyer retainer.
Yeah.
The good ones will work with you as far as a retainer and help you along the way.
And what I found for the business owner that's just starting out, or an entrepreneur that's just starting out, YouTube.
Yeah.
YouTube has been my best consultant. Anytime I'm looking to do something and I'm not quite sure how to do it, I'll Google it, pull up a video. I just learn quicker in videos, and I'll be able to get some real useful information from my peers and other people that are out there that are giving information. So YouTube is something that you should certainly, or that I use as a resource, especially when I'm stuck.
Yeah.
And kind of want to know what the next step is, or maybe some of the details on how to do something. There's tons of video out there that'll help you.
Good.
Any other questions?
Well, what do you think about networking events? Because I do agree with you on the YouTube level, but there is another level where YouTube makes me waste time because I find all these videos are... So do you think it's better for me to continue going to networking events and screening people like right there, and checking their LinkedIn to kind of like try to follow the right people and work with the right people to either collaborate with me or consult for me? You know what I'm saying?
All right, that's a good question. Networking always, we live in a world where relationships are everything.
Yes.
All right, and we'll be talking a lot of that with Rosalie later on. But, networking is huge. So, yes, you should always network. Maybe find a mentor, someone that's in that industry or any type of business. There are other resources out there, too, like the SBA. They have the SCORE program. The Small Business Association has a SCORE program. I think it's Service Corps of Retired Executives. And you can sit down with them and use them as a mentor or a mentorship type of program, or soundboard on what some of the next steps would be. So there's some free resources out there as well. I would think the best thing to do is, again, identify what you're doing, identify the resources that you would need, and then start looking for those resources.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Definitely.
because sometimes networking groups could definitely be a waste of time if you're in the wrong one.
Exactly.
So it's a matter of, and finding the right one takes a little bit of time.
Yes.
So you start off with people that you trust, just like growing a business. Like I tell people, the fastest way to grow your business is by referrals. Before you go and do any type of marketing anywhere else, start with the people that you're currently doing business with. Those people who say, you know what, I love what you've done a great job for me, start with those people.
With your small circle first.
Small grows big.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because every one person you tell, if that person tells one, before you know it, you have 100 people.
Yeah.
And your clientele base has grown by that much, but you have to take care of them from the inside out.
Yeah, and do it right, because a lot of people don't finish taking care of a client when they want to move on to the next client.
Right.
And that is not right.
Correct.
Yeah.
And those clients most likely will know good people as well to introduce you to. So that network within your circle is a big plus to start off with. And then as you grow, you'll be connected with great people as well who will help you along the way.
Cool.
Yeah.
Once again, when is your event?
My event is on April 9th. We have a red carpet event at 6:30 p.m. till 8. There's going to be some networking going on in the industry.
Okay.
We have filtered key members from South Florida industry to be there and talking to you as a upcoming artist. And it's at Cinema Paradiso. The tickets are for sale on Eventbrite, and the name of the event is Film Carpet. So you can Google it, and it will take you to the website.
And how much are the tickets?
We have tickets starting at $15 for VIPs, $10 for almost VIP, and then we have regular just coming into the theater for $5.
Okay, well, so it's affordable,
Yes.
which is important to a lot of people.
Yes.
Yeah. What kind of films are you going to have? Are you going to give us any spoilers or any trailers? Or?
No, but I can actually tell you. I have a documentary, a 20-minute documentary about the average that the police and law enforcement dies, throughout the United States.
Mm-hmm.
We have we have a webisode, 2 webisodes for Jim Bratz. The documentary is called Every 58 Hours. Jim Bratz it's a comedy webisodes, and we have Slumber short film. It's about zombies or being lost or things like that.
Zombies. Everyone loves zombies.
Something like
Everyone
that.
loves
It
zombies.
looks like that. And then we also have Nothing to Lose. It's a drama thriller. About somebody that it just becomes very violent, and it's from local people.
Right.
Definitely, it's a must. That is one of the missions from my event, is to empower local filmmakers into bringing them together.
Right.
Into the theater so they can network with each other and show their projects to the other audiences, like cross promoting.
Right.
And just expanding their circle, because a lot of people here are very private, and they work with the same 3 people, and
Yeah.
it's important that unity is important in
do.
any business.
Now, let's say there's some aspiring filmmakers out there, or maybe some people who may have some shorts, or maybe they just want to help. How do they get in touch with you?
Well, you can call me at 786-370-6186. My business
Say that again, a little
Yes.
slower.
786-370-6186.
All right.
Or you can simply go to alexandrabello.com, and that will take you to my main website where you can learn everything about me, including my number.
Wonderful, wonderful. Well, thank you for joining us today, and I hope I get an invite to walk on the red carpet.
Of course. Thank
I
you
got
so
fancy
much.
shoes. Great.
Thank you for
fantastic.
having me.
Oh, anytime. Kurt, do you have anything to add?
We will be there. We will be there.
Yeah.
Definitely.
You guys are definitely special guests on the red carpet.
Wonderful.
Thank you very much.
Okay?
Yep. So, moving forward from here, we have Rosalie Rhodes. And Rosalie Rhodes is with Great Florida Insurance Company. Great Florida Insurance Company. So, Rosalie will be joining us after the next break. And you just sit still and welcome back when we come back. And until then, talk to you in a few.
Is student loan debt weighing you down? If so, listen to this very important message. Back on June 9th, 2014, President Obama declared new executive actions that would lift the crushing weight of student loan debt, including a presidential memorandum permitting around 5 million federal student loan borrowers to put a cap on their monthly payments. If you have federal student loan debt and would like to know your options, call Trusted Debt Solutions at 888-214-0140. That's 888-214-0140. Trusted Debt Solutions prepares your documents for this new student loan relief program in the fastest way, saving you from the struggle and confusion and possibly saving you thousands of dollars. You can apply if you are in default, late on payments, or if your wages are being garnished. Almost all federal loans are accepted into this program regardless of your credit. Call 888-214-0140 to find out how Obama's new executive action might affect your student loan payments. That's 888-214-0140.
Meet Mary. She's an entrepreneur, but she's struggling. She needs more sales, but is having trouble finding customers. Unfortunately, business is growing too slowly. She spends all her time working. There's no budget for marketing. That was until she discovered the power of referrals. We taught her our simple system for using referrals to achieve rapid business growth, higher conversions, higher customer loyalty, and higher customer value. So now Mary can be happy. More sales, more profits, and more time to spend with her family. Let us show you how to use referrals to boost your business. Call us now at 888-397-9786. That's 888-397-9786. You have been listening to Trusted Biz Radio who bring the making of a great business plan or project to life. Serial entrepreneur Shimmy and Frederick and business consultant Kurt Lucien will bring you ideas, guests, and great information every week on WNN 1470 and invite you to call in or join our online chat on Facebook. Just type Trusted Biz Radio. Now, back to our show.
And we're back. And as I promised, we're here with Rosalie Rhodes from Great Florida Insurance of Boca Raton. Rosalie, how are you today?
I'm wonderful. How are you?
I'm doing fabulous. And of course, we still have Kurt here as well. Kurt, you still with us?
Still with you guys?
Love to hear it. Love to hear it. So, Rosalie, we got to connect a little bit prior to coming on air.
Yes.
I hear you're from New Jersey. Is that right?
I am. I'm just west of Manhattan. Educated.
Okay.
I love the Jersey accent.
Fantastic. How long you been in Florida?
18 years.
You like it?
I love it.
Yeah. Don't miss the snow at all?
If I never saw snow again, it would not hurt my feelings.
I happened to witness some snow this past week, and I was not happy about it. I wasn't happy about it. So tell us a little bit about your business, Rosalie.
Okay. Our business is insurance. And insurance is paying in advance for something that will eventually happen. So we do homeowners, automobile, business liability. So we protect the most important and the biggest thing that you own, which is your home.
Right.
We protect your automobile. We protect your toys, which is your boat, your Sea-Doo, your motorcycle.
Okay. And then the business.
And then your business. So we protect it with liability, with E&O insurance that you might need.
Right.
It's very important.
Well, that's great. That's great. What got you into the business? I mean, insurance is a business that's been around forever, and I don't see it going anywhere in the near future. What intrigued you into going into insurance?
Okay, that's interesting. I have a background in sociology.
Where's the link there?
I used to be a probation officer.
Okay.
And the key to this is that helping people and making sure that they're safe is the same in sociology as it is in insurance, because you're taking them and making them safer.
Got it. So you're giving them that hug and just saying you're okay.
Yes, it's a moment of well-being.
Good. All right. Well, that's wonderful.
Good.
So, how did you start your business? Like, what were the steps that you took to? I know that you explained that you went around to a few different places, and
First of all, you have to be licensed.
Right, okay.
You have to get the education and you have to get the license. And then you start scouting out and determining that there's an agency that you're compatible with. It's a marriage.
compatible. All right. So explain a little bit about compatibility.
Okay.
What you mean by that?
I'm a difficult person. I know who I am.
Okay.
And
And you sound quite comfortable with that too.
I am.
All right.
My boss, Andy Goldwasser, who owns Great Florida Insurance of Boca,
Okay.
he understands me. He knows that I like to do the networking. I like to do the handshaking. I like to get out there and to meet the people.
Right. That's important.
He likes the back end of it, which is going online, helping and doing the policy and getting things written.
Got it.
So we complement each other quite well.
Beautiful.
That's good. That's good. And what do you say are the keys to success in your industry?
Professionalism,
That's true.
honesty, and the ability to understand and to listen well to what the client is asking for.
Right.
And then determining whether or not that's what they need.
Wow. So explain that to me, because that's a unique concept. I thought the customer was always right.
Well, the customer may always be right in what they think they want, but there's the mortgage company who determines how much insurance they need.
Right.
The insurance company who determines what it will cost to rebuild if the
In the event
in the event that the property is destroyed.
Okay.
So if you have a home that's valued at $500,000, and you want it insured for 800,000.
Right.
Not going to happen,
Really? Why is that?
because the insurance company determines how much they will pay to rebuild it.
Okay.
And if it's not, if it's going to be around the 500,000 mark, it doesn't matter that you've paid for 800,000.
I guess that's right. Yeah.
They're not going to give it to you.
Okay. Cool. We spoke about referrals. You're big on referrals. You're a big networker. And it was when we spoke earlier, you was telling me about networking and the networking style and like the spirit that you have behind the networking. Can you share that?
Yes, as a matter of fact, I can.
Thank you.
Networking is making and building a relationship with someone.
Right.
It is not simply handing your card and that's it. It's what can I do for you in order to help your business build? And in turn, when that happens, they will gladly help my business to grow.
Right. So you're saying mutual.
It's a mutual admiration society.
Mutual. I haven't heard that in
Love
some
it.
time.
Well,
I haven't
love
heard that in some time. Kurt, questions?
Well, in terms of the networking and when it comes to meeting and growing your flock of avid people who loves what you guys do, love what you stand for, how do you see technology in this day and age playing a role in that and helping you along the way? You know, like social media and mobile marketing, stuff like that. How does that affect and work with what you're doing currently?
Okay, that's a good question. I am not very savvy as far as technology is concerned. That's number one. However, most people are. Facebook is a way of people to say, yay, I like you, or nay, you are not nice. Therefore, you want to always do the right thing for the right reason and making sure that your customer is satisfied. Because unlike 20 years ago, the adage was one dissatisfied person will tell 10 people who will tell 10 people. Now they tell 10 million
Wow.
at
Correct.
one particular time. So the key to it is to make sure that what you're doing for them is the right thing. That's important. Whether
Yeah.
or not it's social media, doing the right thing is what's important.
Definitely.
I agree.
Now, because with that, I mean, it's like a referral system.
Yes, it is.
It's a huge referral system. So, as that goes, where do you see the trend when it comes to, the word of mouth marketing and stuff like that, and that's currently within the insurance industry? How do you see that
Okay.
trending?
Let's talk about homeowners insurance. Let's take that, or flood insurance.
Okay.
What you can do is look up online and get an agency. What you need is to know that Mary Jane down the street used someone and liked them.
Right.
What you need is that agent to ask you the right questions, to get the information, to get it done in a timely manner, and to put it all together so that it works. When I sell homeowners insurance, I talk to everybody about flood insurance. Why, you ask?
Why do you? Why would you speak to everybody about flood insurance?
Because
Florida, why?
Florida is a flood zone unto itself.
Okay.
And I know we do have areas that traditionally will flood more than others, but the key to it is that this is Florida. And flood insurance is reasonably priced. It is reasonable. And flood is water that rises from the ground up.
Okay.
It is not wind, because that's hurricane insurance.
Got
It's
it.
not blowing off the roof and water coming in and flooding your house.
So there's a difference.
There's
I thought
a-
anytime
That's interesting.
the house was flooded, hey, it's flooded. I
It's
have
water.
flood insurance.
It's flood insurance.
No, it's not. Flood insurance is very specific to water that rises from the ground.
Right.
And
Now, what
you
if,
don't have to have a creek to do that. You just have to have
now,
water.
what if it rises from the ground due to a hurricane?
Same difference. If you don't have flood insurance, you're not covered.
If you do have flood insurance, there's a hurricane,
You're covered.
you're covered. Okay,
You are.
got it. As long as the roof didn't come off.
It doesn't matter if the roof comes off.
Oh.
If water rises,
Or if it comes from the bottom up, we're covered.
you're
If
covered.
it comes from the top down.
You're covered. If your homeowner's insurance covers you for hurricanes.
Okay, cool.
So the key to this is to make sure that you are covered.
Right.
And that I protect you.
Now, I've gone on the internet several times and looked for insurance, and I don't recall anybody telling me about all these things. I type it in, I put my information in, it gives me a quote, and I say, all right, that's the quote I want. So is there what's the difference between
That's
what you do?
because you're not working with me.
Yeah, what's the difference between what you do and what the internet does?
Well, that's the difference.
Okay.
I sit there and I will explain to you what you need, why you need it, and the benefits of having it and the disadvantages of you ignoring me.
Ignoring you or ignoring the benefits?
Well,
It's the same thing.
difference. It's the same difference. I'm one of the benefits that comes along with the insurance.
It's a package deal.
All
It's
right.
a package deal.
One
That's
of
cool.
the things that you have to remember, and I know that most people don't always remember who their agent is, but I am a pain. I get in your face.
Okay.
I send you cards. I keep in touch with you. And in turn, I make sure that you are protected.
Right.
Beautiful.
Well, that's good.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
That's what makes me, I think, different than the average bear.
And that's important. That's very important. You need to stand out from the crowd.
Yeah, well, I'm a pain. I am a PETA.
Right, which we're not going to repeat what
We're
the
not going to
acronym is for.
repeat what that is for,
Exactly.
but I am a PETA.
All right, got you. However, I do know others. What is the method that you use to generate? We want to get into a few more questions. We have a few more questions. I want to learn a little bit more about some of the methods that you use to generate referrals, because you seem like you're a very personable person. We're not going to handle it right now. I'm going to take a quick break.
Thank you.
After the break, we'll go right into it, all right?
Absolutely.
All right, thanks, Rosalie.
Is student loan debt weighing you down? If so, listen to this very important message. Back on June 9th, 2014, President Obama declared new executive actions that would lift the crushing weight of student loan debt, including a presidential memorandum permitting around 5 million federal student loan borrowers to put a cap on their monthly payments. If you have federal student loan debt and would like to know your options, call Trusted Debt Solutions at 888-214-0140. That's 888-214-0140. Trusted Debt Solutions prepares your documents for this new student loan relief program in the fastest way, saving you from the struggle and confusion and possibly saving you thousands of dollars. You can apply if you are in default, late on payments, or if your wages are being garnished. Almost all federal loans are accepted into this program regardless of your credit. Call 888-214-0140 to find out how Obama's new executive action might affect your student loan payments. That's 888-214-0140.
Meet Mary. She's an entrepreneur, but she's struggling. She needs more sales, but is having trouble finding customers. Unfortunately, business is growing too slowly. She spends all her time working. There's no budget for marketing. That was until she discovered the power of referrals. We taught her our simple system for using referrals to achieve rapid business growth, higher conversions, higher customer loyalty, and higher customer value. So now Mary can be happy. More sales, more profits, and more time to spend with her family. Let us show you how to use referrals to boost your business. Call us now at 888-397-9786. That's 888-397-9786. You have been listening to Trusted Biz Radio, who bring the making of a great business plan or project to life. Serial entrepreneur Shimmy and Frederick and business consultant Kurt Lucien will bring you ideas, guests, and great information every week on WNN 1470 and invite you to call in or join our online chat on Facebook. Just type Trusted Biz Radio. Now, back to our show.
You what?
Good. And we're back. We're back with Rosalie. And what we were discussing before we got off the line, before we went to commercial break, was your network marketing and how you bring in referrals. So give us a little tips, because you sound like you may know a thing or two about networking. I'd like to share with the listeners on maybe some of the tips that you use to grow your referral base or generate leads for yourself.
Well, you determine where you want to market. That's the first thing.
Okay.
So I am a member of Women Council of Realtors.
Okay.
We are not exclusively, but they are predominantly realtors. Sitting at a table. You have 10 people at that table.
Right.
You get to meet, shake hands, and to talk to 10 people.
On a regular basis?
On a regular basis. And it's not always the same 10 people.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Beautiful.
So you sit at a table where you don't know someone, you make a new friend for that day, and you get to talk to them and to have, the building of a relationship. You take their card, you follow up. I do speaking engagements at real estate offices.
Okay, that's good.
And was very, very fortunate when the owner and vice and president of one of the agencies contacted me to get insurance for a client of theirs that they needed right away. Did it.
Cool.
Beautiful.
Got the second referral from him because, again, I was able to get the insurance right away.
And give results.
And get the results that they needed.
Right. Now, before we went to break, we also began speaking about flood insurance and the difference between flood insurance, hurricane insurance, and some of the others. But during while we were on break, you were blowing my mind with so much more information about flood insurance that I would have never considered. And I'd like for you to share some of that with our listeners.
Okay. Flood insurance is an adjunct to homeowners insurance.
Right.
And the reason we do it
And what's that mean?
That means that it covers something that homeowners insurance does not cover.
Okay.
Flood insurance covers water rising.
Right.
Okay. If you don't have it, and even if it's a hurricane and water swishes all around, you're not covered. If the roof comes off and water comes down, it might cover the walls.
Right.
But the water rising is why the insurance companies will not pay your claim.
Got it. So I think we were talking about, I know in Florida, there's a lot of evacuation zones, and also there's places where there's water and it's very difficult to get insurance. Like sometimes you have to go with some special insurance, that's like a state agent. Yeah.
Yes.
So, do you have solutions for that?
Yes. Thank you for asking.
Oh.
We have the ability to have a client get their insurance from a company that is not a state company.
Oh, so not the state. What's the state company these days?
Citizens.
So not Citizens.
That's correct.
Okay.
And we have companies that will write the insurance. And I think that's important because it gives a little bit of option to the client.
Right.
And it gives the client the ability to make a decision on what they're going to do based a little bit more on what their needs are.
Okay. Now, in your experience, where do you find that people are mostly underinsured?
Their home is, when they get close to the water, I find that they are somewhat underinsured because they're not going to come to us. They haven't come to us where we can evaluate and help them to get insurance that will give them the proper amount of coverage.
Okay. Got it. Kurt, any other questions?
No, I believe when it comes to insurance, I've learned a lot within this short space of time, and I very much thank you for that.
I mean, I do have more questions. I was trying to give you some, but
Oh no, when it comes to insurance, I mean, I'm like,
I'm done with it.
I'm still like,
but not from an insurance standpoint, but from a business standpoint. All right. Let's say today I said, you know what, you've inspired me. I want to be an insurance agent. What would you say to me starting today? I want to be an insurance agent. What do I do? Help me, please, Rosalie.
Okay, well, the first thing you do is you have to find a school.
Okay.
You take the courses. You have to decide whether or not you want to do life insurance and health. You want to do property and casualty,
Right.
which is home and automobile. I have all of the licenses, so I can do all of it. I do
right.
long-term care as well. So you have to make a determination of whether or not what aspect of insurance you have an affinity for, that you feel comfortable with.
Right, got it. And so you're covered, you're insured, or you have all the licensing.
Yes, I do, as a matter of fact.
Okay.
I've been in it long enough, and I do,
How long have you been doing insurance now?
since 1998.
So a couple of years.
A few.
All right, got it. So if you were to start over today, what would be your strategy to grow your business quickly?
Insurance doesn't grow quickly.
Oh,
It's one step at a time, one client at a time. The strategy would probably be very similar. The only difference today from 18 years ago is I would have a website, and that gets my name out to a lot more people.
got it.
But the difference is you still have to make the personal contacts. You still have to shake hands. You still have to have eye-to-eye contact. You have to build a relationship so that the realtor feels comfortable in coming to you or sending their client. You have to remember to keep them in the loop,
Right.
so that information that they need to make sure that their closing is going on schedule happens.
Got it. So now, do you have any questions for us?
I'm so glad that I want to thank you for allowing me to be here.
Oh, no, thank you. You've been a wealth of knowledge for us.
definitely.
Yeah. No questions?
May I tell my phone number and my address?
Why, of course.
Okay, we are Great Florida Insurance of Boca Raton.
Right.
We are located at 8221 Glades Road, which is in the International Jewelry Exchange
Yeah.
Mall.
I'm familiar with that on the right-hand side when you're headed west.
That's correct. We're just
Okay.
about a block west of the Turnpike.
Okay.
My boss is always there. Andy is always in the office.
Okay.
Well, I might be out, hustling business.
Right.
He's always in the office.
And what's that phone number again if
Okay,
they wanted to
I'm
get in touch
going
with
to
you?
give you my phone number.
So what, is this your personal cell
This is
phone
my
number?
personal cell phone number.
All right. Cool.
And I am 239-269-2956.
One more time for everyone.
Please. Thank you. 239
Right.
269-2956. And that way you can reach me at any time. Great Florida Insurance of Boca Raton is listed in the phone directory online. And if you call the office and you told them that you heard about me on the radio, I will always get the call.
Okay. Well, that's good to know.
It's very good to know.
And you sound very knowledgeable, so I know I'll be talking to you after we're done here.
I'm
Got a couple
very
insurance
glad.
needs, and I'm sure you'll probably get some other calls as well.
I'm hoping.
Yeah. So thank you, Rosalie, for your time, and we appreciate you coming in. And come see us again.
When? Just tell me when, and I'll be glad to be here.
Well, we'll have Adriana call you.
We'll definitely make sure we get you.
No,
back
we
on the schedule.
definitely.
I appreciate that.
Nah, it's been a pleasure.
See, that's part of what marketing and networking is all about.
What?
Asking for the order.
Got to ask for the order.
Exactly.
A lot of people don't ask for the order. There's, I was having a conversation with a buddy of mine the other day, and he said he has someone in his office that's great. What she thinks is a great networker, but she never gets the order. She always talks and always knows people, but never brings any business in from
It's
it.
not always talking. It's basically listening to the person and making sure you know what their needs are.
Correct.
That's a
Right.
very important facet.
Correct.
All right. Well, on that, I mean, we did a show last week and the week before. Last week we talked about customer engagement, which is, how to get engaged with the customer. And the week prior to that, we discussed exactly that, referrals and marketing and really networking, etc. And I like the fact that you said networking is more of relationship building, because that's not that is, a lot of people don't get that.
That's how I met Kurt.
That's how you met Kurt. Share the story. We have like 1 minute left for a quick story on the experience meeting each other at a networking event.
Yes, actually, we both members of the chamber of
Which chamber?
Boca Raton Chamber of Commerce itself, and I went in there as a guest, just trying to see exactly what's available at the chamber itself, and I saw this lovely face just radiating across the room, and she was so vocal in terms of her points and based on the topics that was being delivered. I'm like, you know what? That's definitely someone I need to talk to, because I need her on radio with us.
Yeah, and you did a wonderful job.
Thank you. I appreciate
Did
the
not
time.
disappoint at all.
Did not. And we're going to wrap up here. This is Trusted Biz Radio, and we'll see you next Thursday, same time, from 5 to 6, Thursday. And it'll be Kurt and myself, and we'll have some other interesting guests to speak with, and we'll talk more business. Until then, have a prosperous week, and we'll see you next week.
Stay blessed.
Boom.
You have been listening to Trusted Biz Radio with serial entrepreneur Shimeon Frederick and business consultant Kurt Lucien. Tune in next week for more information on how to build and strengthen your business. Visit our website for more information and upcoming events at trustedbizradio.com.